And now we get to talk about Landry Ward, right? So Landry Ward has, since day one, I saw him at XKO, and I think I told you on the podcast, you have to check Landry
You
Ward out.
texted me. You texted me while you were
did.
there.
I texted you while I was there. Yeah, I was like, you have to check him out. He's the real deal. And, you go to these regional shows, and you're like, hey, this was a fun fight. Okay, this person could probably be a regional champion. I saw Landry, and I was like, this guy's going to be in the UFC, man, and he's going to make some freaking noise. He's that good. You just see it right off the bat that there's levels, and you just saw him head and shoulders above everybody else at all these regional shows, right? So he goes to Combate Global, which is the largest Latin organization in mixed martial arts, goes on a tear there. El Gringo from Texas going up against
Texas.
Yeah, right.
He has a nice finish against Rocco, right? Or is it Roca?
Yes.
Roca.
Roca. And
where he beat the brakes off of him. Oh my God.
And now
he's over at Kill Clip FC now too.
He gets to call to LFA, right? And we all know LFA is a breeding ground for contender series fighters and, a lot of short notice fighters and things like that, right? So this is a step in Landry getting closer to the UFC. So we already have that. The fact that, hey, we're getting closer, man. Like, here we go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, Landry's a super cool dude. Every time he's been on the podcast, we just continue to learn more about him, his background, super down to earth, right?
Hold on.
Yeah, I honestly, I should be
talk
wearing
to the
my
fans
LSK shirt. I should have been wearing my LSK shirt. Yeah. And so we see all these things with Landry. We see the progression, and here comes the fight. LFA, it's coming through in Belton, Texas. Your boy here had to get tickets and a hotel immediately. As soon as I found out that they went on sale, I had to purchase those tickets to go support our boy Landry. And let me tell you, the fight did not disappoint. So the second that they call out, oh, here we go, throwing on the LSK merch. I should have had my LSK hat ready with me too, but
I'm like, only go to where I have all my hats. It was right next to me.
But the second they announced Landry Ward, the pop in the arena is insane, man. Talk about a homecoming for the Lone Star Kid.
The Lone Star Kid back in Texas. Yeah, it was sick, dude.
His first fight fighting, I think he said his first time fighting in Texas again, I think in 3 years or something like that. And man, it was amazing to hear, amazing to watch. By the way, this picture taken from my seat right there, like we're right next to.
Oh, you took this?
Yeah, I took this.
Oh, nice.
Right next to the whatever,
the ramp,
where they walk out, the ramp. I guess you can call it the stage or whatever.
The runway.
So I'm watching Landry walk out. He's walking out to a song written by his dad.
Oh, no way. That's so sick.
Oh, my God. It's so good, dude. I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it, dude. But the goosebumps you feel being there, right, and seeing this guy walking out. And then you realize he's going up against a killer, man.
Yeah, well, we talked about it before, right, where you were like, hey, man, so the guy they got him up against is like, I heard that he's like a wild dude, like he like caution to the wind type fighter, just like just a wild dude. And I was like, oh man, that's a double-edged sword, because we were like, he might be able to get like a nice like highlight reel off this guy if he's wild. And I was like, I don't know, man, that's a double-edged sword if you're wild, because it goes both ways. You either leave yourself open and you get caught with something, or you're a wild man and you hurt the other.
You land something.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, I was so nervous, dude. When he started walking out, I was like, oh my God, let's go.
I know, man. I know. So the fight starts, right? And right off the bat, Landry has some good footwork going. His jab's landing a couple times. You do see some of that wildness from Pereira, where he's leaving himself open and extending quite a bit. And he sets himself up where Landry is able to land. Was it a big left or a big right? I can't remember.
Actually, no, he goes 1-2 and he hurts him. And he's like, nah, whatever. He's like, come on, give me another one. And then he sets back for a second. And then as soon as he takes a step forward, he hits him with another one and just completely drops him. And it was such a cool sequence, because it's just bop, bop. And he's like, yeah, whatever. And then walks forward again and then bop, bop, and drops him.
He's like, oh.
He's like, damn.
Rich, can you play the clip? Because we have this short clip here, and are we able to play this? Is it going to get taken down?
It's on their Instagram. There's that one.
Yes.
where he waves it on.
And then boom, bam. Look at that. And you can see he is hurt. He lands that big right, and then Landry throws his big left and just misses. Right there, just missed. Yeah. If he would have landed that left, it would have been over, man. It would have been over.
Yeah, I liked so this was this in the second round, I think?
I don't remember. I believe that was in the first.
Was it the first?
Yeah, I believe that was in the first.
Maybe it was. But yeah, they end up going to decision. And I was like, man, this is close because it was a back and forth fight. That was by far the biggest moment in the fight. But Fajeda was landing some good punches too himself throughout. And his post-fight interview was so good. It was so good, dude. Because Landry, like, he's a very reserved guy, like outside of fighting, right? Like he's a very calm, cool, collected, like very reserved guy. And then he hops on the mic and he just calls out the UFC and calls out everybody. And it was like
Dana.
It was just
Mick,
perfect.
Sean,
yeah,
it
was great. Man. And he was like, yeah, like I heard him good, like, and I just thought, like, I want to stay calm, don't go too hard for the finish and gas myself out. And he's like, I went a little too hard. I was like, dude, he's killing it, dude, just killing it. It was just all around just a fantastic night. That like made my night. That was Friday night.
That was Friday night, man. I'm telling you, when I tell you I was pumped, man. I was so pumped. And the longer we do this, Will, we have Derwin Lamb that had his fighter Fernandez on there too. And so seeing Derwin Lamb out there,
I saw him in the walkout. I was like, oh shit,
we got Derwin, another friend of the podcast, got the win. My guy Milko Tukto, which was fighting as well. Different story, rough night, right, for Milko, but still props for stepping out there. And then again, Landry, cherry on top, man, for the night. That honestly was the people's main event. Because if you would have been there, dude, and you heard the crowd, compared to any other fight, it was Landry's night, man. It was his event.
I did stop watching after his fight. That was my main event for LFA.
That's the people's main event, man. So hey, props to friend of the podcast, Landry Ward, absolutely deserved. If you don't follow Landry Ward, follow him on Instagram. I believe, what is it, LSK or Lone Star Kid or
Lone Star Kid, yeah.
Yeah, and you see all the work that he
pick up
puts
these
in.
hats.
Yeah. Fantastic logo. But
it's
again,
such a good logo, dude, for him.
It's so good. It's so good. But great fighter. He's in a great camp. Great guy. Make sure you follow LSK. And dude, I'm telling you, after that work on the mic, after the exciting fight, because you know what, he had to dig deep too, man. He had to dig deep.
Wasn't a walk in the park.
It wasn't. The jab started landing for Pereira as well, and it was a close fight. It was a split.
Yeah, it was a close fight. It was split. And going into the decision, I was like, I don't know. And I was talking to people on Reddit, and I was like, hey, shout out Landry Ward, watch him, like he's the real deal, all this stuff. And people were like, oh man, that was a great fight. And it was just cool. It was just a cool Friday night.
Hey everybody, Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.